Hunting really means searching for an animal, pursuing it or chasing it, with the intention to catch it and kill it.
Hunting is great. It's a social thing. It's community come and they support not only hunting, but they support each other and find out what, their mate up the road's been doing for the past week. It's great. I love it.
To be honest, I don't really understand the mentality of someone that enjoys pursuing and brutally killing an animal. I think it's completely wrong and immoral.
Stereotypically, your huntsman is wearing a red coat and is a very rich, tough landowner.
I think the stereotype of someone who's against hunting is very much a hippie extremist.
It's a great equaliser actually, because they all fall off at the end of the day. It doesn't dictate who's going to have a muddy end, whether you've got £1 million in your trust fund or not. More women than men hunt, and over 19,000 by our estimation under 24s hunt.
We have people from all different walks of life and all different ages. It's not just animal rights extremists.
You have to be incredibly disciplined in order to get your horse fit initially to go hunting anyway. You have to plait your horse and clip it and groom it, and it teaches great discipline and planning. The product of all that work is going and having a great day with people, riding through beautiful country, knowing you're supporting local business in the rural economy, and having a great day out. The fields don't grow in squares. It's a managed area. And fox hunting and hunting in general is part of that management. They just get fixated on a fox being killed, but that fox has to be controlled. It's a government requirement to control rabbit population, so the rabbits have to be controlled, which means they have to be killed. The government inquiry found that hunting was no more or less humane than any other method of fox dispatch. And foxes are seen as a pest. Hunting is another one of those things that, it does need to be done.
When you kill an animal just for sport, it's so unnecessary. It's such a brutal way to die. The argument of using it as a method of control, it's just been proven not to be the case. Most foxes are killed by shooting. 6% in England and Wales are actually killed through hunting with dogs. I understand the opinion that some species need to be controlled for conservation purposes. I don't personally agree with it. I think there are better ways to control populations without the need to kill them. The term pest is a very subjective viewpoint. One person's pest is someone else's sacred animal, and so the view of a pest varies from country to country and person to person. In my opinion, a fox is not a pest. It doesn't kill vast amounts of livestock. It's not a problem in the countryside. It is a tradition, and if they want to continue that, then I think trail hunting and drag hunting is an ideal way to do that. So you maintain all of the social aspects of hunting without having to kill something at the end.
It should never have become law not to do it. It's just ridiculous. I don't believe in lots of things, but I'm not going to go and say that there should be law about it. Accidents do happen, and we're not denying that. I'm not going to stand here and say all the hunts are, no foxes have been killed. It's not true. Accidents happen. You have to prove intent on those accidents.
It is possible to train dogs to follow a human scent. This would limit accidents. Trail and drag hunting can be used as a guise for hunting a live quarry. That's where enforcing the act comes into play. It's definitely important that people go out and monitor hunts. People that do break the law are prosecuted so that they know that it's not acceptable.
The antis ruin, everyone's day, basically. For instance, this weekend, hunting's been banned, Why 60 people in balaclavas with hunting horns and sprays had to go and scream in the face of children at another hunt? I don't know.
Hunt saboteurs actually try and stop the hunt from happening, so they try and protect the fox from being captured and killed. I don't agree with law breaking in general, and in order to sabotage a hunt, trespassing is commonplace. By breaking the law, It means that the people that are for fox hunting can attack their ethics as well, because they are willing to go that step further, almost make them as bad as the hunters.
I find it very uncomfortable when someone says to me, when they find out, you know, what I support and what I do as a job. I find it very uncomfortable when they, you know, when they go, "Oh, it's cruel," and you say, "Well, why is it cruel?" And they can't understand. They can't explain why they think it's cruel because they don't understand it, and then they go and order battery chicken from a Chinese takeaway.
No one can do everything. No one can completely cut out every aspect of cruelty because it's embedded in so much of our world. Testing on animals, using animals for food, using animals for clothing. But I think it's important to do something to try and end the suffering, and I think that hunting for sport is something that should have been history a long time ago. It serves no purpose. There's no need to do it. It's purely for the enjoyment of people who could get their enjoyment doing something that doesn't end in the death of an animal.
If someone doesn't understand hunting, I'm saying, or maybe they should, you know, maybe they should go out for a nice country picnic, doesn't really have the same levels of excitement as galloping your horse down a hill at, you know, however many miles an hour and meeting a jump, kicking on and getting over it. It's what excites people. It's what, you know, doesn't excite me to be a vegetarian, might excite an auntie, fully respectful of that, and therefore, you know, they should probably be a little bit more respectful of those group of people choosing to go out hunting.